Welcome to Bible in a Year with Scott Purcell. I'm so glad you're joining me. This is a daily reading of portions of the Bible, following a plan that will include the entire Bible in a year. And now, let's open the book and begin our readings. This is the reading for day 17. If your reading is aligned with the calendar year, this is for January 17. The Old Testament reading is from Genesis 34 and Genesis 35. Genesis 34. Now Dinah, the daughter of Leah, whom she had borne to Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And Shechem, the son of Hamor the Hivite, the prince of the land, saw her. And he took her, and lay with her, and raped her. And his soul clung to Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the girl, and spoke tenderly to the girl. So Shechem said to Hamor his father, "Get this girl for me as a wife." And Jacob heard that Dinah his daughter had been defiled, but his sons were with his flocks in the field. And Jacob kept silent until they came. And Hamor, father of Shechem, went out to Jacob to speak with him. And the sons of Jacob came in from the field when they heard it. And the men were distressed and very angry because he had done a disgraceful thing in Israel by having sexual relations with the daughter of Jacob, something that should not be done. And Hamor spoke with them, saying, "Shechem, my son, is in love with your daughter. Please give her to him for a wife. Make marriages with us. Give us your daughters, and take our daughters for yourselves. You shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Settle and trade in it, and acquire property in it." Then Shechem said to her father and to her brothers, "Let me find favor in your eyes, and whatever you say to me I will do. Make the bride price and gift as high as you like. I will give what you say to me. But give me the girl as a wife." Then the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and his father Hamor, speaking deceitfully, because he had defiled Dinah their sister. And they said to them, "We cannot do this thing, to give our sister to a man who is uncircumcised, for that is a disgrace for us. Only on this condition will we give consent to you, if you will become like us, every male among you to be circumcised. Then we will give our daughters to you, and we will take for ourselves your daughters, and we will live with you and become one family. But if you will not listen to us to be circumcised, then we will take our daughters and we will go." And their words were good in the eyes of Hamor and in the eyes of Shechem the son of Hamor. And the young man did not delay to do the thing, for he wanted the daughter of Jacob. Now he was the most honored of his father's house. Then Hamor and his son Shechem came to the gate of their city, and they spoke to the men of their city, saying, "These men are at peace with us. Let them dwell in the land, and let them trade in it. Now behold, the land is broad enough for them. Let us take their daughters as wives, and let us give our daughters to them. Only on this condition will the men give consent to us, to live with us, and to become one family, when every male among us is circumcised as they are circumcised. Will not their livestock and their property and all their animals be ours? Only let us give consent to them, so they will live among us." And all those who went out of the gate of his city listened to Hamor and his son Shechem. Every male was circumcised, all those who went out of the gate of his city. And it happened that on the third day, while they were in pain, two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, the brothers of Dinah, each took his sword and came against the unsuspecting city and killed all the males. They killed Hamor and his son Shechem with the edge of the sword, and they took Dinah from the house of Shechem and went out. The other sons of Jacob came upon the slain and plundered the city because they had defiled their sister. They took their flocks and their cattle and their donkeys and whatever was in the city and whatever was in the field. They captured and plundered all that was in the houses, all their wealth, their little ones, and their women. Then Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, "You have brought trouble on me, making me stink among the inhabitants of the land. among the Canaanites and the Perizzites. I am few in number. If they gather against me and attack me, I will be destroyed, I and my household." But they said, "Shall he treat our sister like a prostitute?" And God said to Jacob, "Arise and go to Bethel, and dwell there, and make an altar to the God who appeared to you when you fled from Esau your brother." Then Jacob said to his household and all who were with him, "Get rid of the foreign gods that are in your midst, and purify yourselves, and change your garments. Then let us make ready, and let us go up to Bethel, so that I can make an altar there to the God who answered me in the day of my trouble, and who has been with me on the way that I have gone." So they gave to Jacob all the foreign gods that were in their hands, and the ornamental rings that were in their ears, and Jacob buried them under the oak which was near Shechem. Then they set out on their journey, and the terror of God was upon the cities that were all around them, so that they did not pursue after the sons of Jacob. And Jacob came to Luz, which was in the land of Canaan, that is, Bethel, he and all the people that were with him. And he built an altar there, and he called the place El Bethel, for there God had appeared to him. And he built an altar there, and called the place El Bethel, for there God had appeared to him when he fled before his brother. And Deborah, the nurse of Rebekah, died. And she was buried below Bethel under the oak, and its name was Allon-Bacuth. And God appeared to Jacob again when he came from Paddan Aram, and he blessed him. And God said to him, "Your name is Jacob. Your name shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel shall be your name." Then his name was called Israel. And God said to him, "I am El Shaddai. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and an assemblage of nations shall be from you, and kings shall go out from your loins. And as for the land that I gave to Abraham and to Isaac, I will give it to you, and to your descendants after you I will give the land." And God went up from him at the place where he spoke with him, and Jacob set up a pillar at the place where God had spoken with him, a pillar of stone. And he poured out a drink offering upon it, and poured oil on it. And Jacob called the name of the place where God had spoken with him Bethel. Then they journeyed from Bethel, and when they were still some distance from Ephrath, Rachel went into labor, and she had hard labor. And when her labor was the most difficult, the midwife said to her, "Do not be afraid, for you have another son." And it happened that when her life was departing, for she was dying, she called his name Ben-Oni, but his father called him Benjamin. And Rachel died, and she was buried on the way to Ephrath, that is, Bethlehem. And Jacob erected a pillar at her burial site. That is the pillar of the burial site of Rachel unto this day. And Israel journeyed on and pitched his tent beyond the tower of Eder. And while Israel was living in that land, Reuben went and had sexual relations with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard about it. Now the sons of Jacob were 12. The sons of Leah, the firstborn of Jacob, was Reuben, then Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel, Joseph and Benjamin. The sons of Bilhah, the female slave of Rachel, Dan and Naphtali. The sons of Zilpah, the female slave of Leah, Gad and Asher. These were the sons of Jacob who were born to him in Paddan Aram. And Jacob came to Isaac his father at Mamre, or Kiriath Arba, that is, Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac dwelled as aliens. Now the days of Isaac were 180 years. And Isaac passed away and died, and was gathered to his people, old and full of days, and his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. The New Testament reading is from Matthew 12, verses 46 through 50, and then Matthew 13, verses 1 through 17. And while he was still speaking to the crowds, behold, his mother and brothers were standing there outside, desiring to speak to him. And someone told him, Behold, your mother and your brothers are standing there outside, desiring to speak to you. And he answered and said to the one who told him, Who is my mother, and who are my brothers? And stretching out his hand toward his disciples, he said, Behold, my mother and my brothers. For whoever does the will of my Father who is in heaven, he is my brother and sister and mother. On that day Jesus went out of the house and was sitting by the sea, and large crowds gathered close around him, so that he got into a boat to sit down, and all the crowd was standing on the shore. And he spoke many things to them in parables, saying, Behold, the sower went out to sow. And while he was sowing, some seed fell on the side of the path, and the birds came and devoured it. And other seed fell on the rocky ground, where it did not have much soil. And it sprang up at once, because it did not have any depth of soil. But when the sun rose, it was scorched, because it did not have enough root, and it withered. And other seed fell among the thorn plants, and the thorn plants came up and choked it. But other seed fell on good soil, and produced grain, this one 100 times as much, and this one 60, and this one 30. The one who has ears, let him hear. And the disciples came up to him and said, Why do you speak to them in parables? And he answered and said to them, To you it has been granted to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to those people it has not been granted. For whoever has, to him more will be given, and he will have an abundance. But whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken away from him. For this reason I speak to them in parables, because seeing they do not see, and hearing they do not hear, nor do they understand. And with reference to them, the prophecy of Isaiah is fulfilled that says, You will listen carefully, and you will never understand. And you will look closely, but will never perceive. For the heart of this people has become dull, and with their ears they hear with difficulty, and they have shut their eyes so that they would not see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and turn, and I would heal them. But your eyes are blessed because they see, and your ears because they hear. For truly, I say to you that many prophets and righteous people longed to see what you see and did not see it, and to hear what you hear and did not hear it. The wisdom literature reading is from Psalm chapter 10, verses 1 through 11. Why, O Yahweh, do you stand far off? Why do you hide during times of distress? In arrogance the wicked persecutes the poor. Let them be caught in the schemes they have devised, for the wicked boasts about the desires of his heart, and the one greedy for gain curses and treats Yahweh with contempt. With bald-faced pride the wicked will not see God. There is no God in any of his thoughts. His ways endure at all times. Your judgments are aloof from him. As for all his enemies, he scoffs at them. He says in his heart, I shall not be moved throughout all generations, during which I will have no trouble. His mouth is filled with cursing, with deceits and oppression. Under his tongue are trouble and evil. He sits in ambush in villages. In the hiding places he kills the innocent. His eyes lurk for the helpless. He lies in ambush secretly, like a lion in a thicket. He lies in ambush to seize the poor. He seizes the poor by catching them in his net. He is crushed, he is bowed down, so the helpless host falls by his might. He says in his heart, God has forgotten. He has hidden his face. He never sees. This concludes the reading for day 17. Thank you for listening. These daily readings are made possible by your generous support of the global outreach ministry of Scott Purcell. To partner with us and enable this work and others like it, please visit huttobible.com/give and select Go Pastor Support from the fund list. You can also sign up for ministry updates at scott-purcell.epistle.org/subscribe. Both of those links can be found in the podcast description. Thank you for helping us share God's Word.